Hi everybody, how's it going? I'm Jack Devine. Welcome back to another episode of Jacksnax. Today on the channel we're going to snack on Death Don't Have No Mercy by the Grateful Dead. Now this song wasn't written by the Dead, this is Reverend Gary Davis' song, but the way they bring it out is significantly heavier and darker than the way the Reverend did. Alright, they opt for a more funereal kind of dirge, death march kind of sound out of E minor. Okay, it starts with a very spacey, just open E minor kind of, people are building up, and then the vocal kind of kicks in, and very quickly the chords start to change, and it's kind of a modified minor blues, so it would be E minor, and we come chromatically up to G major, to B7, back to E minor. Okay, and this is a very long form. E minor again. Now we're going to go to A minor, chromatically down. D7, and then G again. Back up to B7. Back to E minor. A minor again. Some versions stay here, others add the C chord right around here. Back to E minor. Chromatic up to G again. And then B7. And then back to E minor again. Quite a long form, all right? In fact, my looper that's built into the Kemper won't keep up with it, okay? But that's the shape of the whole song, okay? It has that contour where it's constantly building. So one of the things that I want you to do is listen to the tune a little bit and figure out where the vocals come in and how they play and how they build drama behind the tension within the chords. Because the most effective soloing strategy I've managed to come up with over the years, over the song, is to actually kind of not mimic, but follow that contour, okay, of where the soulful expression of the voice takes place. If you echo that within your guitar playing, I feel like it forms a more cogent and thoughtful representation of how to, improvise over the tune. So I'll come back in a minute with some, examples of ideas and licks that I played over top of that in my playing example, and the philosophy behind those choices, and hopefully get you, pointed in the right direction for how to make your version of this song be, I guess, more sophisticated than it currently is, okay? Hopefully you guys will get something out of it, okay? Hang tight. All right, here's some tips on how to solo over this tune, all right? First thing, pace yourself. You don't want to come out with every idea in the first 30 seconds and have nothing else to share for the last 2 minutes of the form. This is a very long progression, so it's easy to run out of ideas if you spout off everything in the first chunk of it. So pace yourself. Another thing is look for source material from the vocal, okay? So quote the vocal melody when you can, both in terms of its pacing, dynamics as well, like where it peaks emotionally, and also the note choices. So look for all that stuff in the recordings that you're referring to. I like the versions from 68 through, like, say, 1969, 70 from the Grateful Dead stuff. Look at the melody for a good starting point, and then pace yourself off of that, okay? And last but not least, let's look at the ideas behind some of these chords, right? We've got shared information over top of the E and the G chord, right? So that's going to be E minor pentatonic and G major pentatonic, or we can extend it to a full diatonic. And again, we can slather both those chords in all 7 of those notes, right? Or we can omit one and just put the 9 in there over the E, or the major 7 over the G, right? We get a hexatonic scale. That sounds great over those first 2 chords, but it's really the treatment of the 5 chord, this B7, that's where the rubber meets the road with this tune, okay? The A minor, pretty much just think minor pentatonic over top of the A and you're good. You can also, again, you can modify that and add a 9 and maybe this note too. That D7, getting up into the G, and then again back to our troublesome chord. Okay, and therein is the rub. That E flat or D sharp note is really the key. All right, so when we look at that B triad that we're playing over, that's the troublesome note that we're going to have to refer to, okay? Otherwise, it's going to sound like, and that doesn't have the same effect as, so when we see a straight up 5 chord, okay, with a 7 in it, going back to a minor root, that's the moment when we think about harmonic minor, diminished, and Phrygian dominant. Those are the 3 concepts that I want to talk about. All right, they're all interrelated, and so it's easy for people to conflate or confuse the sounds, okay? 2 of them are the same exact notes, and one of them and the other, the diminished sound, is buried deep within those 2 scales. So let's look at the enharmonic. Okay, that means the same notes, but it has a different name, right? So just like D sharp is E flat, okay, we've got 2 ways of looking at how to solo over top of this B7 chord. We can think about it as a flat 7 of the B, okay, with a C triad superimposed on top of it. Okay, so we end up with those notes. Or we can think about it as E harmonic minor, which is just the same as E minor. But rather than playing a D, we play that pesky 3rd. Right? So. Okay, so remember, when you're playing over top of that B chord, you can reference all those E harmonics minor sounds, okay? So let's look at using this and this kind of idea. Let's look at the main part. Okay, that's E minor pentatonic over G. Okay, A minor. D7, G, and here's that, right? Back to E minor. A minor. And then we've got a little C in there. G. Again, ending with the E harmonic minor or B Phrygian dominant sound, okay? That's really the crux of that approach. So if we take the flat 7 arpeggio here and add that minor third on the top of it, we end up with a diminished sound. That's the flat 2, that's C, right? Okay, we were playing it here. So look at that. So the way to look at this shape, it's one of my favorites, is that we're playing the 1, 3, 5, flat 7, and then we just play the same shape we started when we did this. It's symmetrical. Okay, so let's try using some diminished ideas over top of that B7 chord in lieu of the E harmonic minor and B Phrygian dominant sounds. I know it's kind of heady, but okay, let's do it again, okay? A minor. That's into G, and here's that B7 chord. A minor. C major. All right, so that's how we can get some diminished sounds to work out pretty well. All right, I'm about to run out of storage here on my phone, but I want to say thank you very much for tuning in. I hope everybody's doing great. See you soon. Please subscribe. Take care. Bye-bye.